Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is October 30, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at one of my favorite option flow platform. It's called Tradytics. It's a good platform, lot of analytics. If you like to see nice looking charts, nice looking graphs, this is the platform for you. They basically give a lot of importance to depict in a graphical pictorial fashion. So if you're a visual person, you will really like tradytics.com. And the founder Haider or Mohammed Haider seems to have very good background in the data and analytics that shows throughout the platform, and visualization is the best of all the option flow platforms I've seen. So with that, let's jump in and look at Tradytics. And from a pricing perspective, these guys have got simple pricing. As you click on the pricing here, you could just pay $69 per month if you're an individual user. If you want a Discord server, if you are if you have some trading website and chat group going on, you could basically get a Discord server. But for most people, I'd say start with the individual plan here, $69. And you can also get a free, you can get a 15-day trial just by paying $15. It's just a 15-day trial. You can try out the platform just by paying $15. That's a good way to look at the platform and see if it's worth for you. Afterwards, if you like it, you could pay $69 per user if it's a monthly, or you could go for a yearly. Yearly you pay around $699 per year. Not a bad price. I've seen platforms like Flow Algo charging you much more. This is a good platform with lot of visual effect. I think it's a great platform, one of the best platforms I've seen so far. So with that, let's dig in a little more deeper. As you go into the platform, even though you don't want to pay, you could always explore. So this platform lets you explore and learn about the platform. They got a lot of good videos if you like to learn more about the platform and in general about the stock market, option flow, and how option gamma, delta, how they work, what the gamma exposure, what the delta exposure. This gives very good videos, and the CEO himself, Mr. Haider, he puts out a lot of videos by himself and explains his thought process and why he creates some tools, what the reasoning behind it. So he goes into great length and creates the videos by himself, which is very refreshing when a lot of people have some paid folks to really create videos. So with that, let's jump in and get started. As you click on the explore here, look, this platform is pretty simple, and here it talks about a 15-day trial. If you want to be a member, you can get into the 15-day trial here. So since I have this platform here, let's go into a little more detail here. So what I'll do is I'll go to tradytics.com here and jump into the platform and go through the platform. You could go into the explore Tradytics tools here, and it will kind of give you some indications here. As you go into the platform, it's very easy to look at the platform. I know there are a lot of tools. These folks have really built a lot of tools in this platform, which is very good to see. As you go into the platform, look, there are simple ways. We got market dashboard. In the market dashboard, as you can see here, there is stocks, there is options, dark pool, and crypto. This talks about general market itself and gives you a very good idea. That's the first section here, market dashboard. It's about the broader market and what's going on in the market itself. Once you kind of see what's going on here, then you can go into the ticker dashboard. The ticker dashboard is about a particular stock itself, and you could see how is the stock doing. You get a nice ticker dashboard for a stock like Tesla or AMD as an example, and then you can go into the options and see how the options are doing. And there is a very good tools around the GEX, which is really around the gamma exposure, DEX, which is about delta exposure. You can learn about those and you could use them to really trade. And then you got dark pool prints here, mainly in the option side of the house. These folks don't have equity prints, mainly the dark pool is anyway, it's the equity print, but generally, you know, for the options market, they got the prints, not for the stock itself. Then if you're a crypto enthusiast, you can look at the crypto market and see what's going on in the crypto market. And then you got the flow here, you got the live flow and the tradie flow. For the folks who want to trade options in and out, the tradie flow is helpful. We'll jump into this into a little more detail. You can look at the flow line itself. And then you got the trade AI or artificial intelligence. These folks have got a nice artificial intelligence algorithm to really predict where the market might go. They got Profit and Kryptonite, where you can look at some of these things. And if you're an options trader, especially if you want to trade options, day trade options, you can look at the bull's eye. You got to be quick though. You also have to look at the chart to make sure and look at the chart to really trade in and out. It's a very good tool. It lists a couple of very high probability options for you. You could trade them. Always look at the chart before you trade, because these are time sensitive alerts here. If you wait on it, that alert must have fallen apart by the time, but always look at the chart and then trade. Then you got a bunch of scanners here. There's a scanny, flash, and so on and so forth. And if you can look at the portfolio, you can create a portfolio and watch the portfolio. And there are some research tools. We'll go into this in a little bit detail. Without further ado, let's go into the stock dashboard here. As you go in, the stock market dashboard is already up here. Look, you can look at the market direction here. They got a ticker going on here, tells you, most active stocks here. You can keep watching it, just like CNBC ticker tape. And then you got overall market direction. As you all know, on Friday, market is bullish. That's what it's telling you. Overall market is bullish. QQQ or NASDAQ is bullish. And we got here market momentum is up. Technology, the hottest sector, 4% up, as you can see here. You got a nice indication here. And then you could look at the SPY. Look from a SPY perspective. SPY is doing great. Look, it's exploding higher. The best month since 1972, as many of you might be already knowing. QQQ is doing well, and you got IWM also doing well, as you can see here. That tells you about these indices. Then you can look at the quick market heat map here. You can see Apple had its best day. Look, Apple has done very nicely on Friday. Microsoft not too bad after not so great earnings. Amazon dipped. Look at a big time dip. Basically a heat map, one day type heat map here. Alright, so that's about the heat map. Then you can look at the biggest gainers and losers. Look, it does a very good job here by showing you biggest gainers and losers. Look, we got Dexcom. Looks like it had a great day here, 19% up. Then you got my favorite stock, Gilead Sciences, which used to be dog for a long time, finally woke up and went up 13%, as you can see here. And wherever you see star here, that tells you it's a gap. These are the gappers. It's gapped up or down. That's why there's a star for all these gappers, as you can see here. All right, so that's about the biggest gainers, and you could look at the biggest losers. Look, Edward Life Sciences. This stock has been really trading crazily around the earnings of late, down big time. Amazon down big, and we got ResMed and Snowflake, so on and so forth. This gives a very good snapshot here, and you could always take a look at these. Best thing is really you could go into multiple market cap here. For example, right now we are in the high cap. This is really high cap. You could go into high cap is really big market cap. You could go into mid cap here. You get the mid cap stocks here. You could do same thing on the losers. You can see the mid cap here. Look, DVA. This stock has come down so much, as you can see here. You could look at some of these ideas and buy them, and really, go after an uptick here. When this settles down, you could good time to buy, and you can get a nice bounce back here. And then finally, you got low cap here, or small cap stocks. You could see what's going on here. We got Duolingo. It's about this learning languages, did very well. And you got here stock like GNLN, tanked big time, as you can see here. So that's a good snapshot here. Then you can go into sector rotations. Many times it's always important to look at the sector rotations. This kind of looks at various S&P sectors like SPY, XLI for industry and so forth. It tells you how is it doing. Look, we got various things going on here. As you scan through here, look, we got right here nice red, nice green here, which is XLE. As you can see here, it went away. XLE had a nice day here. Looks like stocks like Pinterest went higher, and even Meta, after falling off, tried to make a comeback here. Most beaten down sector, which is XLC communications, did well. So you get a good idea. If you don't want to see a sector, you could just click on it. You get a good idea what sector is it. For a financial here, look, the moment I click, it goes off and goes on. You know which bar we are talking about. So it's a very good view. So for example, you're not interested in just one day. You could go here, you can change the time frame. This is one thing I like about this platform. You could always change the time frame here. You could look at a 7-day period. Clearly in a 7-day period, look, communications is down big time. Right here, XLC here. Look, XLC is now turning around. It could be a good time to really start buying some XLC. Or if you want to buy individual stocks, you could buy stocks like Meta, Snapchat, and Pinterest, and so on and so forth. They're turning around. And you got various other sectors, as you can see here. We got XLP here. As you click through here, look, XLP is right here. And you could look at other sectors here, XLRE, and so on and so forth. You get a good idea. You could change the time frame here and go 120 day if you want to. Now look, 120 day, we got here, right here, let's see, the sector right here. Looks like in 120 day time frame here, we got XLC. XLC is trying to, let's see here, this is XLE or energy here. Energy is doing very well, as many of you know here. All right, now we got sector performance. As you can see here, technology has done well on last Friday. That's why it's on the top here. You got a good idea what's going on from a sector rotation perspective. Then we got good market news here, good source. You can look at market news here and look at the market prediction. On last Friday, they're predicting this market is going to go higher. That's a bullish prediction with a confidence level of 61%. They're telling you, hey, you know what, Monday market might go up. There's a good chance, a 61% chance. And then you got same thing for QQQ and IWM. All right, so now we got a couple of upcoming earnings. If you're a person who want to trade around earnings, look, we got a few earnings coming up. Especially look, AMC earnings is coming up, and we got NSP and so on and so forth. Actually the AMC is really after the market close. This is NSP, and we got a few more symbols, as you can see here. And you got few more insider trading going on here. Insiders are buying, as you can see here. You got Biohaven and so on and so forth. Look, ESTE looks like there's a lot of $2 million, 2 million shares. And look at the amount. Nice chunk of money is being used to buy ESTE stock. You can look at this here and play along with it. All right, so that's about this stock. It gives a general idea about the stock market. And next, if you don't want you can also change the time frame if you want to see how market did. Maybe say last not 28th, maybe 21st. You could click on it. They got the data. There's a lot of data in this platform here. They can tell you the market overview for any day here. For now, let's go back to last Friday and go from there. All right, next, we are in the stocks. Now you could look at the options. This is a very good view here. For example, some of you may be day traders, some of you may be a little bit longer term traders. By looking at this market flow, I think you can do a lot of good things here. If you're a, say, day trader, you could look at the expiration. Again, you could go to default view, no filtering. It tells you on a given day how the market is doing, and more importantly, if you want to see how the market might do the next day, you will get some good idea. So just by looking at this here too, the way to read this chart is really, you got the net flow here, which is a white line here. That's your the white line is actually the SPY price, is S&P 500. And then you got here the green line. This is the green line is really all the calls. These are call options, which is really the bullish behavior. They look at the bullish behavior here. That's your call flow here. Here to really, there you go. And then you got bearish flow here, which is all puts. You got all puts, you got all calls, and then there is a all go. All go flow is really this bar, the green bars, as you can see here. That's basically nets out. It basically looks at the bullishness, bearishness. It's a net, net of the calls and puts, and they also look at the bearish and bullish properly. For example, if somebody really sells a put, at the bid, that could be bullish. So they take into consideration is the put bullish or is the call bullish or bearish. They look at that itself and factor that into this flow all go. That's a very good thing here. And then finally, you could look at the market itself. There is a nice momentum indicator here. Look, there is a nice momentum indicator, which is also a good one here. So look, SPY, what they do is really, because there is a lot of hedging going on in the market, they just don't look at the SPY. When they look at the calls and the puts, they will look at the entire market to get a better idea, because many times, SPY is used for hedging. Somebody might, really short the S&P 500 index or /ES or the future, and they might buy some call options in SPY. That's one of the reasons they're using the entire market, the call options, put options, and the all go flow, and then comparing it to SPY to really get a good idea. So as you can look through this here, this is a one-day chart. By looking at this here, you can make some predictions of how market might do going forward. Look, right now we got here call options. Overall call flow is going higher. That's the good news here. And we got here overall put here. It's also going higher, but not as much as you can see here. So by looking at this, you could make some prediction. There may be good time ahead going forward. And look, you can change the expiration here. We are looking at one day. This platform has got more history here. You could look at 15-day, 7-day, 30-day. For example, if you are a weekly options trader, you could look at 7 days and look at the chart itself here. And one of the important thing to notice here, what these red dots here. Red dots will tell you, whenever you see these red dots here, it's really telling you something here. It's telling you, what, market sentiment is going not so great here. You can try to trade on the shorter side here or buy some put options. And when you see, that's why you got to look at the green dots and red dots here. Green dots means bullish, red dots means bearish. It always pays attention. It's always good to look at these things here. And as you go into a little bit longer term or a little bit longer number of days here, maybe 15 days here, always watch for crossovers. For example, in this one, you don't have too much crossover. Whenever you see some crossovers, like right here, look, we got here the blue line or green line here, crossed over red line here. That's a typical bullish sign. And look, SPY went higher as that happened. And you could also look at a little bit higher time frame here, maybe 30 days here. You could look, you can see a couple things here. Look, we got here the green line and the red line here. So if there is a red line came down here, that tells you puts are taking a backseat here, calls are going higher, there is a bullish indication. Same story whenever you see divergence here or crossover between the green line and the red line, keep a close attention here. So when red line crosses over the green line, that's a not so great sign. But if green line crosses over the red line, it's a clear bullish sign here. Alright, so they also have a nice video guide. Look, you can click on the video here. You can learn from the CEO himself. He's also a great developer, so you can learn from him about his thought process. Alright, so let's go back to the no filtering default time frame here. You could look at this and make some prediction about the market. By looking at this here, you could understand, hey, market there's a good chance it can go higher, mainly because look, calls are getting higher and puts are slightly subdued, as you can see here. All right, that's about the net flow here. And if you want to look at how the market did in the past, you could always go 3 days back, 2 days. You can look at look at previous you can look at more history here. For example, you're not interested in just 1 day here, you want to look at maybe a 5-day history. You could look at this one here. You get a 5-day history here. Look, it takes a okay, there you go. Now you got a 5-day history. It kind of helps you to back test your thought process here. Look, we got the green line here, green line somewhere here. Look, it went above the red line here. That's a bullish sign. SPY went higher. And look, somewhere here you got the green line came down, red line went up. That's again your sign that, hey, market is going to fall over. So it's a very good tool, very pictorial. I like it. These folks have got really understood the market. They're trying to visualize for everyday people like us, retail traders. All right, so that's about the market flow, net flow itself. Always good to watch the net flow. It gives you a very good idea here. Look, as you look through here, we are looking at maybe a 5-day history here, or let's see here. I think we are looking at a 5-day history. Let it come through here. All right, so if you look at the 5-day history, you can see here the net flow itself is the algo flow is trying to go higher. It was negative. It's trying to become a little bit positive. As you can see here, it's not still on the top here, but you get a good idea what's going on here. Even though now puts are more, but look, calls are increasing. That's a bullish sign, as you can see here. All right, so let's go back here. Let's just make it 1 day here and go into other areas. One of the most important thing is the DEX. As many of you know here, it's always good to look at the delta. DEX is really the delta. It kind of gives you whether your net delta is positive or negative. As many of you know, when you buy a call option, at the money, you are 50 delta. It can go up 50%, go down 50%. That's your 50 delta. As stock goes higher, basically your delta exposure changes. Your delta exposure becomes more. Now you own more shares in a nominal fashion. All right, so as you look through here, it kind of tells you how is the DEX doing here. Look, we got SPY price here, which is the line right here. Then you got DEX moving average, which is the red, which is the white one here. You can see, or the gray one here. You got here DEX 5-day moving average right here. Then you got the actual DEX here. Actual DEX is right here. It's either the green if it's positive or red if it is negative. As you look through here, right now, look, we are in a positive delta situation, which is a good story. And look, we got the SPY price going higher. So keep watching here. Whenever you see a big DEX which is negative, look, keep watching here. We got DEX negative here, DEX negative over here, DEX negative. The SPY price itself, it comes down, as you can see here. Now DEX is positive, SPY is rallying. So it gives a good idea what way SPY might go. This is about the DEX. It's always important to understand, because as the DEX gets positive, market can go higher. All right, that's about the DEX here. They also have a nice chart, as you can see here. But if you want to look at the back test, you can back test also. You could go here and just click on here to look at the DEX. We got various things going on here. We got market value. It's a 5 days here. You could change it to 10 days. And the chart changes. You could back test that way and see how is the DEX changing. All right, so let's see here. You could also change your stop loss and so on and so forth. This is for the folks who want to really enter and exit. What we are saying is really the forward returns is 1, your stop loss is 2%. And you can just do back testing. I can also change this here, your forward return, how many days after the entry to exit. 1 day is good. Your stop loss 2% is also good here. You could click on the back test here, and you could back test your results here and see if you are making money or not. But this has been back tested. If you follow with the strict stop loss, by following the DEX, you could make some good money here. All right, so now let's get in here and look at a few more things here. Let's look at the I think we have the chart here with these values. That's fine. Let's go into some more things here. I think they're still working on these things. It's very hard to make sense out of it right now. These are some of the experimental tools they're working through here. For now, let's not worry too much about it. And you can look at the dealers market diary. As many of you know here, when I or you buy some call, these market makers, they have to sell those calls to you, and because they're selling the calls to you, they have to in turn make it delta neutral and buy the underlying. So that way, if you buy at the money call option 50 delta, they will end up buying 50 of the underlying quantity 50, and then hedge it on an ongoing basis using gamma. So this tells you the dealer's market diary and what's going on here, how is the delta on a daily basis. Right now, as you can see here, we are delta positive. We got here really getting positive, as you can see here. And then we got various things going on here. This is one of the good tools here. On a daily basis, it tells you what are the top option flow from a stock perspective. We are not into the individual expirations yet. It's a consolidated summary view. It tells you, look, we got Meta, got clobbered here, lot of negative options flow here, and we got Apple at the top here, a lot of positive flow here. It kind of summarizes for you here. And then you got Alibaba, Chinese stock. As you can see here, it's a kind of negative flow here. And then you got weekly options flow here. Look, from a weekly options flow perspective, Alibaba is a lot of negative flow here. And we got here Meta, we got again a negative flow here. So it's always good to understand what's going on, mainly because there is always, things might turn around the corner as Alibaba becomes more and more negative. You could really, play some, you could, buy some of these long-term options or slowly buy some of them, because there is a good chance they might come back around and bounce back. And if you're a trend trader, you could go with the trend here. After beaten down big time here, stocks like Google, look, it's showing some momentum here. And we got Tesla, same story, showing some momentum. Microsoft showing some momentum. You could play such names here. You could do very well playing with the momentum. And many times, when the stock falls down big time here, maybe Alibaba, maybe Meta, at the time you could also play the trend and buy some put option and make some money quickly, and do it that way too. All right, now let's go into a few more things here. Look, it also tells you the highest call volume change here, call volume change. Look, a lot of people are buying Apple. Nice call volume change, as you can see here. And we got here PayPal. PayPal is getting some positive press. That's why you see some positive changes here. So you can see the relative volume in last 5 days. Whenever you see a little bit higher bar here, that tells you it's an unusual volume. That's a good thing here. Same story on the put side of the house here. Look, a lot of people are buying Amazon put here. Look at the relative volume, very high. And we got few more AT&T. The people are buying put option here, and so on and so forth. All right. Then you got highest call premiums and highest put premium. Previously it's about the volume, as you can see here. Now we're talking about premium. Look, Apple, no surprise here, right? Nice and high call premium change. Amazon stock is beaten down. Folks are buying it. You could also, play along with these big whales here and buy some Amazon call here. It's a good turnaround story. At the same time, folks are cautious. They're buying more put options here. So people are, playing both sides of the game here. You could also do the same thing here. You could buy some long-term put options and sell some put options, or actually buy some put options. And you could also buy some call options. Play both sides of the market and go from there. All right, then you got your open interest change on the call side and put side. Look, there is a nice open interest change in lift here. That's a good sign here. ARKK, Cathy Wood is back here. CCJ, uranium is back. Nice open interest change here. At the same time, we got put open interest change here. Look, American Airlines, folks are a little bit bearish. Nice put open interest change here. You could play along. Many of these airline stocks have gone up so much here. That's why I think there is some some of these put option buying going on to take advantage of these stocks coming down here. Then you got cheap lease here. As you can see here, cheap lease is really cheap from a price perspective. We got SPY 395, and folks are buying call option just by playing here $2.06 here. Very cheap, as you can see here. So this is where you could make some money here. 395 SPY looks like. Let's go back here to trading view here. You could say SPY. Looks like SPY is currently at around, say, 389 here. And these folks are really, let's go back here. These folks are really buying 395, so they're basically buying out of money call option for 11.2 around the corner next week. So that's what's going on. You get a good idea. Looks like there's a nice volume, 70,000. That tells you folks are buying out of the money call options. They expect SPY to really hit this 395 mark by next couple of days, as you can see here, by 11.2. You could also look at Thinkorswim platform here and look at SPY here, and you could also get some good prediction by looking at 11.3 here. Look, we got 11.2 right here, and by looking at 11.2 here, 395, you can go all the way to 395. All right, so we got 395 right here, 395. So as you look through here, 395 here, you can see here, look at the volume here, nice and high volume, and look at the open interest, 6,000 here. This is also called pinning, because it is a nice volume, nice open interest. This is the most likely place the SPY will settle down by 2nd of November, which is 2 days out. So this is how we could get some good idea where the option might settle down by the expiration date, in this case 2nd of November. All right, that's about this year. By looking at this, you get some good idea here and go from there. All right, so they got a few more things going on. For example, many of you want to know what are the most out of the money strikes where there is a nice volume and basically you don't need to pay too much money. And this also tells you a lot of people are putting money into EWZ here, 11.18, 41 strike. It's a OTM again. And look, nice volume, 20,000. Look at the money, not too much money here. You can, just buy this 11.18, 21 strike price. We can go back to Thinkorswim platform, EWZ. All right, so you can go to 11.18 and we're looking at 41 strike. Right now it's 31, as you can see here. 41 strike is right here. It's about $10 over the money, as you can see here. 41 is right here. And as you can see here, look at the volume here. Nice 20,000 volume and 30,000 open interest. So people are really buying this auto money call option just by paying some 3 cents or so here. That's what's going on. Folks are buying this auto money call option here. And you could also download this. There is this, whenever you see CSV here, you could download this into a into your comma separated file and do some more exploring with the Excel spreadsheet. And there are a lot of these data which can be downloaded from Tradytics.com. That way they're very generous. And then you got large OTM open interest here. So whenever you see large open interest, look, we got nice. Look at that open interest from a premium perspective. It's a 1.61 billion. Wow, that's a huge open interest here in nice. So you can get some good idea. You can trade around this. Then you got larger flow. As you can see here, these folks have paid a lot of attention to make sure visually it's appealing. You can make sense out of it. By looking at this, you can see here SPX has got a lot of flow here, lot of larger flow here. And again, SPX understood, not a lot of the times, these SPX and SPY, they take a lot of flow, as you can see here. All right, now you can look at the shift here. For example, you want to play bullish. What this tool tells you, you can play Hexo here, ACB. Looks like some of these cannabis stocks are have a heavy strength. You could play around, buy some call option or buy these stocks outright and play this trend. Look at the chart also. And then you got Stoneco and some of these things, same story, very heavy bullish. And there are about 14 entries here. You could click on number 2 here. You could see some more here. Looks like now we are getting into normal here and weak. So I would say, look at this strong, heavy shift here, heavy strength, bull shift. You could play along, be quick, look at the chart and, go from there. Then you got bear shift here if you want to buy some put option or short the stock if you're into shorting. Normally, I like to buy put options versus shorting. You could look at these names here. And then you got bullish matrix here. You could look at potential buy signal here. Whenever you see a bullish sentiment here, you could also buy some call option here and go from profit from this here. And then you got bearish matrix. This is where you can do some buy some put options here, take advantage of this bearish sign. You could look at weekly inflow here. Look, financials are getting nice inflow here, nice average premium. And you could get some good idea where are the relative premiums here on a weekly perspective. Look, we got lowest premium here, right here in real estate, highest premium right here in financial. And you could look at the weekly industry, what industries getting a nice inflow here. Looks like lumber, wood wood production is taking a lot of positive inflow here. That tells you this sector is becoming stronger. All right, so you can look at the historical flow here and make sense out of it from an options perspective. We looked at it from a stock perspective earlier, and you can see the daily sector inflow. Looks like financial is getting some outflow, as you can see here. Other communications, think about Meta, Snap, they're getting some inflow. And you got the option dashboard here for calls and puts. You can see here by the expiration, number of days to expiration. You can see the nice volume here. Look, Meta, nice OTM. Folks are really betting Meta will go higher. In the next 122 days here, they're buying some out of money calls. You can also look at the other things here. This tells you what are the hot tickers, and from a out of the money perspective, it also tells you OTM. Whenever you see OTM, that means it's out of the money. You get some good idea here. And same thing got on the put side also. Basically, you can get an idea about the hot tickers and where you can play. And you could also download this into CSV file here and analyze more. All right, that's about this here options market here. That's general. You can get some good idea about the market itself. All right, then you got dark pool. If you're into dark pool here, this tool gives you a very good idea about the dark pool prints here. Look, it takes a while to get the idea because they have a lot of data. They have to bring in the data into nice visual fashion. Look, now we got the dark pool here. Right now, we are looking at dark pool, from the entire market. Looks like this one is for SPY, as you can see here. This one is SPY. The way you have to make sense out of this is really whenever you see nice and high dark pool here, we got one more here. Look, this is probably the COVID days here. Whenever you see very high dark blue activity, next what will happen is stock will pick up and go higher. Nice dark pool went higher. Great dark pool here. Stock market really went higher. You get a good idea when you see a lot of dark pool anomalies. That's when stock market starts going higher. If you see a little bit spikes here and there, it doesn't matter too much. It generally tells you market can go higher. But if you see a huge spike, that's a good sign. All right, now we got here various distributions. We'll not go into the detail here. You can look at the block trades and you can look at the dark pool trades, and you can see where the dark pool trades are. For the dark pool, because it's very hard to understand whether it's a buy or sell, they have not given any indication here whether it's a buy or sell. I know some trading tools will tell you by looking at the spot and the price, they will tell you, but this itself does not tell you whether it's a buy or sell, but it tells you what the dark pool. When you see a huge amount here, that's where you can pay some attention. For example, HYG, look at the 71.29 million here. And we got few more here. Alibaba, look, there's a nice and high dark pool activity going on here in Alibaba. You could basically, when the stock is down big time, if you see a big dark pool, maybe there is a good chance it'll rebound. And you could also look at more than 24 million. Look, we got few of them. Looks like UNH, there's a nice and high dark pool here. Maybe folks are buying probably. This is a good sector, medical healthcare sector. It's going higher. Look at Meta. There's a nice and high dark pool activity. You could look at all these filters here and go from there. And then you got block trades of the day here, and you could do same thing here. You could do big amount here. Look, we got few of these. Look, AbbVie. There's a in here for the block trade. They also tells you whether it's bullish or bearish. Whenever it's at ask, it's a bullish play here. Folks are buying it. Whenever you see at bid, mainly. Mainly when it's put options here, that tells you depending on whether it's put or call here. Whenever it's at ask call, it's a good sign here. When it's at bid here, it's a little bit not a great. It may be negative. Depends on call or put though. And then they tell about a few more here at ask. That could be positive here. All right, so now we got here dark pool symbols. You can see, you can make sense out of it. Look, we got bill.com here. Look, nice dark pool in bill.com. And it's not bill.com, it's BIL. And we got a few more here. And we got highest change here, percentage of change in dark pool activities. Look, we got Mint. That is a nice percentage change. And then you got SHV, nice percentage change. You can take a look at this. We got mtchmatch.com, nice change in dark pool. All right, so now we got here a few more things here. Pictorially, you could see here there's a nice and high dark pool right here. Look, we got a nice and high dark pool here. I think that's a Berkshire Hathaway, as you can see here. Microsoft, nice dark pool. Lilly, nice and high dark pool here, and UNH pictorial, you can see this. And then there are various more details. This one has got a lot of details, as you can see here. Now they also try to tell you whether it's bearish sentiment or bullish sentiment. This is a good one here. Just by looking at this, you can see here, SPY, there is a lot of bearish sentiment going on here. Look at ask, there is a lot of money here at bid, net value is negative. You can see by ticker symbol whether it's a bullish or bearish dark pool sentiment. Look, Meta right now, it's a bullish sentiment, and we got here a few more HYG bullish. Probably Meta could rebound because there's a lot of positive dark pool activities going on here. This one also you can download to Excel spreadsheet and do some more analysis and go from there. All right, that's about dark pool. If you're into crypto here, you could get some good dashboard about the crypto. I will not go into the crypto in detail, but you can see here what's going on here. There is a there is a Bitcoin right here, the purple Ethereum and Solans. You could take a look at this and play along here. You could look at biggest gainers, losers, sentiment. Look, Dogecoin is down now with Elon Musk in charge of Twitter. It's going higher. You get the idea, and you get market cap categories here. You can also look at some of the market prediction here. Bitcoin might go higher. There is a bullish prediction, and you can play along here. All right, so that's about the crypto. Next is the stock chart. I love these ticker dashboards, one of my favorites here. If you want to do some research, for example, Meta came down big time here. If you want to see what's going on with Meta, you could just type in Meta here. There you go, Facebook or Meta stock down big time. These guys have done a good in-house charting, as you can see here. Unlike many other platforms which will take you to trading view, I think these guys are trying to make sense out of it and create their own charting. I mean, it's not a sophisticated platform, but it's a good enough platform with some of these indicators which are not available in other traditional charting platform. For example, you could go into the time frame here. You could say, depending on your trading style, if you're a day trader, you could go into 1 minute. If you're a swing trader, you can go to 5 minutes or 15 minutes and go from there. For this example, let's say you're a swing trader, you can go into 15 minutes chart here. You get a couple of days, as you can see here. You got 18th October all the way to 28th October, about say 10 days or so here. And now you could do a couple things here. You could click on SR level. It will give you nice levels here. You can say draw levels. It tells you what the resistance level and what the support level here. Look, we got a couple resistance level at the top here and a support level right here at $99, and you can get some good idea. Right now it's trying to bounce off of the 99 and try to go higher. All right, so you could clear this off here, and you could also look at one of my favorite things is to look at dark pool levels here. You could click on here daily dark pool. It also gives you some good idea. Look, we got dark pool levels here. It tells you there is a lot of dark pool money here. Whenever you see green here, that tells you it's a bullish at ask. There is a nice 15.47 million here on the dark pool here. That's why it's acting as a support at this time here. And you could clear this out here. You could also look at the weekly levels here. If the daily is too restrictive, look from a weekly perspective. We got look nice ask levels here at 213.92 million. Folks are really waiting. They put a lot of money here, so there is a chance this can bounce back. And there's also good money here. There is some bearish bet here at about $129, but looks like there is a lot of bullish bet here. That's why stock can go higher, because there's a lot of money at the higher levels, which is really bullish money sitting there. All right, so you could clear this here. They're also working on taking these things, you can also export these things to trading view. Probably it's still in the works, but you could give it a shot. They will tell you what to do here. They have some code here you can use to take it to a trading view, and look at these levels there. All right, so you got various other things going on here. You could look at projections, DEX levels. If you are into delta exposure, you could draw some delta exposure, 1 day, 3 day, and so on and so forth here. For example, if you draw 1 day delta exposure, there you go. You got some delta exposure here, as you can see here, delta exposure. We got some exposure going on. It's I think it's trying to go higher, which is a good story. You could also look at other levels here. We got delta right here. You could clear this off here, and they got some limited trading, limited technical analysis, as you can see here. You got some limited Bollinger Band and so on and so forth here. All right, now let's look at a few more things here. There's a price comparison if you want to compare a couple of tickers here, and you can do the pairing. If you want to compare it, look at the two pairs. And finally, there is a, you can look at this here, net intraday activities here, and analyst grading and so on and so forth here. Looks like there's a lot of bullish here at 105.6. That's a good story here. There's a good support level around $100, as you can see here. There is seasonality and so on and so forth here. And this is a good one here. Look, it also tells you about the short interest here. Look, Meta has had a big short interest. I mean, not like other small cap names, but at least higher short interest here. But short interest is coming down here. That tells you folks are not shorting now. They're covering the shorts, and short interest level came down. That could be a good story. That will also push the stock higher. All right, so they got various things going on here. Most correlated stocks and so on and so forth here. And now we'll go into the next one here. So we are in the stocks. Next we can go into the options level here. I also like this very much here. For this example here, let's look at one of my favorite stock here, which is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Miss Lisa Su, I think she's doing a great job leading the company. Look, a nice chart here. It tells you what's going on here. There is a stock price right here, and then you got your red line here that tells you you got here, it tells you it's really becoming bearish here. It was bullish, but it became bearish, as you can see here. All right, you could do same thing here. You could look at the SR levels here, or dark pool and so on and so forth here. For example, if you want to look at the dark pool on a weekly basis, and you could change the time frame to say 5 minutes here, you're a swing trader, and look what's going on here. Let's go back here, change the dark pool level weekly. Look, there is a nice dark pool going on here at $61. There is a nice and high dark pool activity. $30 million, one of the biggest here. That's acting as support here. There's a nice support at 61.7. Stock is really bouncing off of that level here. And it gives a good idea. This is one of the reasons these guys have some small in-house charting platform, just to have some of these dark pool levels and some of these Greeks, so that way you can make some good sense out of it. Let's clear this and go back to, you can also look at the gamma here, because this is the options right now. You could look at the gamma, or if you're into delta, Vanna, you could look at those here and make some sense out of it here. For example, if you want to look at gamma here, you could just click on gamma, and you could look at weekly expiration here. And now we got some gamma going on here, and look, we got some levels here, 0.5, there is 61. There's a good level here. I think this chart is a little hard to read, as you can see here. Probably it's in the works here. There's also nice algo flow back, baseline here. So there are better ways to really read the gamma chart. We'll look at them in a little more detail in the later section here. So then you got your weekly premium heat map here. You can see where are the folks putting money here. Look at 62, there is a nice 145k here. And then you got here a 65, there's a nice bear premium sitting there acting as a resistance level. And look, we got at 60 here, we got some bear premium, but some good bull premium also. Looks like more bearish at 60 here. You get some good idea about daily premiums heat map here and weekly premium heat map also. And then you got historical net premium and net flow. This is one of the cool chart here. I like to see charts like this here. So we got a historic view also. This is 1 day here. From a 1 day perspective, look, it's become a little bit bearish. The red line is crossing over the blue line here and going higher. Stock price is at 62. You could change this to a 2 day, 3 days, 7 days, so on and so forth. Let's change it to say 10 day here. You can get some good idea what's going on here from a sentiment perspective. Look, right now, sentiment perspective, we got red line going higher, green line, I think it's call net flow. It's trying to go higher, as you can see here. And then you got here white line here, which is let's see here, white line is the stock price. Stock is going higher. It's it's a little bit counterintuitive to see call put options, put premium is going higher. At the same time, we got net flow, we got the stock price also going higher. So you get the good idea on what's going on here. Looks like folks are really taking, because earnings is coming up, they're hedging and buying some put options here. So that way they don't get burned if the stock comes down, because they gave some pre-announcement. And then you got various other things. They got call versus put volume. You can get a good idea here. Look, call volume took over the put volume here. That's a good sign that maybe the reason stock is going higher. And then you got here open interest. You can look at strikes with the nice and high open interest here. Look, we got 60, nice open interest here, more put and then call, as you can see here. And you can really make some good trading decisions by looking at this open interest level. This will really pin the stock into those levels at the time of expiration. This is overall, as you can see here, there is no time frame here. You could also look at this by expiration if you want to see by 11/4, which is next week. Look, most probably by looking at this here, by looking at open interest, stock might close around $65 by 11/5, which is next Friday here. That's where it's most probably land here. That's what's going on here. Folks are betting it will land at $65. This is a very important tool here. If you're an options trader, if you're into weeklies or monthlies, you could choose that expiration and you could see the open interest at certain strikes here. See where is the most open interest and place some bets there. Most probably stock will end up closing at that level by the expiration or higher. And then you got various things going on, the term, the IV rank. You could look at the IV rank also. And look, we got a dealer Greek build-up here. This is one of the important concepts here. You could look at this, there is a video by the founder. You could look into this in more detail. Look, we got here the actual algo itself here. We got a daily value up and down. And this is really Greek build-up here. We are into delta right now, and look, it's trying to right here. If you see the white bar here, stock price is trying to go higher. And look, we got right here, we got daily value from a delta perspective. It's trying to improve. Right now, it's still negative delta. And you can look at the gamma. Most folks love gamma exposure of late here. Look, from a gamma perspective, it's negative. And just trying to go higher, as you can see here. As you see here, as the gamma position improves, stock can go higher. Right now, look, the bars are getting longer here. So you got to be slightly careful, but stock is trying to bounce back, as you can see here. It's always good to look at the dealer Greek build-up here, whether the dealer is net delta or positive or net delta negative. Right now, looks like they are. If you go back to delta here, dealer is net delta negative right now. The delta itself is on the negative side. And you got here various things going on here. There is a Vanna and Charm, and there is a dealer open interest here. Look, there's a nice high open interest right here on this is already done 1028. And then there's even look 11.4 next week here. There is a nice negative delta here, so you can get a good idea here. And we got Vanna here, and look, there's a nice charm here on 11.4 here. And you could take advantage of these Greeks here and play around it. My favorite is this one here. By looking at this, you can get a good idea about right here you can look at the volatility distribution and try to see where the stock might end up here. And then you got various things going on here. GEX, it's very important to look at the GEX exposure here. Keep watching the highest GEX here, right here at 61.0. That's where we got a high GEX exposure here. Sometimes, this high GEX exposure can pin the stock to certain levels here and go from there. Look, we got here GEX expiration, GEX by expiration here. Look, there's a nice and high 1128, which is already done here. We don't need to worry about that. And then you got same thing we talked about, unusual top contracts. These are the unusual contracts you can buy or sell by looking at this here. Look, there is a nice put here and 8 orders, nice and high premium here. Volume is high. These are the hot tickers as you can think of. All right, so now let's look at we don't need to, we can skip the dark pool here. This is dark pool like we talked about earlier. If you want to look at the dark pool quickly, it kind of gives the same idea. You can see how with the dark pool itself what's going on here. You could bring up our stock here, AMD here, and see the dark pool. We looked at some of these things on the chart here, but you can see here you got stock price here in white, and you got dark pool flows in the in the right here. As you can see here, we got dark blue flow here, and then there is a moving average with the dark yellow line. So you get a good idea here. Whenever there's a high dark pool here, stock might go higher. Look, nice and high dark pool, stock went higher. Now the dark pool activity is kind of settled down, as you can see here. All right, now let's go into a few more things here. We'll not spend too much time. Next is live option flow, which is one of the very important things to look at. They got a nice dashboard here for the live options flow here. And what you can do is we got various filters. You could go on top here, click on filtering here, and you could say, what, I don't want to look at small premiums. I want to look at premium at least $50,000. And go from there. Look, minimum premium $50,000. And some of you want to look at maybe you want to look at say if you want a stock price, you want to look at 20 to 25. You can specify a range depending on what you want to trade. I will look at keep it as it is here. Then you can say, what, if you want to just look at sweeps, you can just click on sweeps here. And you get just the sweeps. You can get a good idea here. Below bid, at bid, put at bid, it's a positive here. Below bid, it's a neutral, as you can see here. You can get a good idea, and you could do some more research by looking at the chart and go from there. Look, the folks are really sweeping here and placing a selling the put at the bid here at the market, and look, they're making some good money here. The premium is 107K, as you can see here. So you could look at these here and see if it makes sense. Look at the chart. If you're happy, you could also really sell a put option at 390, which is above the current price, and make some premium or earn some premium. And also you could look at something, if you want to look at the direction of the market here, you might say, what, I want to look at only OTM. You could just do that. And you can say, you know what, I want to just look at opening order. You could click on this here. These are all and conditions. Basically, to look at just sweeps, just open order, just OTM. It's the and clause here. And then you could look at other things. You want short expiration date, and you don't want too many days out. So now you're looking at getting some market direction here. You could play along with this. Look, Amazon. We got call option. Strike price 114 here, 11.4, which is next week. There is a $68,000 premium here. You could play along and see. Right now I think stock price is around 99 or 100 here. Spot price, actually spot price is right here, 103 here. They are thinking stock will go to 114 by next Friday. So you could play along here and go from there. It's a very good one here. And you could also look at maybe you want more than 1 million. You could click on it here. You get premium more than 1 million. Look, we got here two things here. All these ETFs are really high premium ones. I could click back here. So there you go here. You got a good idea. But you know what, if you want to look at one stock, for example, if you want to look at your favorite stock, say AMD here, you could just say AMD. And you got the flow just for AMD here. Look, we got AMD flow here. You got a put. Somebody's selling a put here. Strike price 59 and earning. They're putting some 100K here, as you can see here. And you could remove the short expiry. You get few more here. Generally, look, AMD right now. You got put at ask that tells you somebody is bearish here. They're putting some money here. Look, premium is 100K, but otherwise generally it's a bullish here. As you can see here, a lot of bullish premium that tells you AMD can go higher. All right, that's about the options here. And then you got trading flow here. For the folks who want to trade options on a daily basis in and out, you could click on trading flow here. It gives you a nice nice looking chart. Looks like these folks have spent a lot of money here, really making sense out of this. Look, they got a lucid here. They give you a small chart here for you to take a look at here, and it's on 1024. 1024 at they tell you what time it is, and they look at the nice chart. They tell you you can buy a put option here. It's called a put. It's put. Strike is this 11.5, and you could earn some premium here. Stock price is about say you can 10 point something here. So they're telling you can in this case probably you can sell some put option and earn some premium, and there are total 12 orders right now earning this much premium. You could also play along. Always look at the chart here. They basically curate a list of option trading signals for you here. This one is put, as you can see here, 11.5 strike, and then you got here one more put here in Google, 85 strike, and you can earn some premium here. There are 12 orders, and then there is a bullish BX here call option. You could buy some call option, strike price 120. Looks like there are 10 orders and folks paid 1.35 million. You could play along with these guys, but always be a little bit quick here. They will also tell you when the signal is generated. If the signal is old like this one here, probably you have to look at the chart once again. Always look at the chart. But if it is more current like this one here, just 1 day old, you could probably act on these signals. Also always look at the chart as usual. That's about this trading flow here. And you could also get the list here. You can download this list here. I say always pay attention to the latest one here. Look, we got two latest one here, 1028, which is on Friday here. Looks like you could follow along this here. There's a bullish call in Snap here. There's a COM, MS. There's a put. You could play along. You could also download this whole list into CSV and explore further. All right, now let's look at a few more here. So we are on the trading flow. Next is the flow line here. You could also look at the flow line. Look, you got Meta right now, net flow here. You could change it as usual. It tells you what's going on here. There is a algo flow right here. That's the algo here, and then you got the call here right here. This is the This is the call, this is the put, and that's the net flow, as you can see here, or the actually stock price. By looking at this, you could also change the time frame. Let's see here. Sometimes they let you change the time frame here. Looks like this is a 1 day algo flow here, but you can get a good idea by looking at this here. If the call is going higher, the line for the call is going higher, line for the put is going lower. That tells you there is a bullish nature here, and this can go higher. All right, so let's look at a few more here and go from there. So that's about flow line here. Right now we're looking at Meta net flow, as you can see here. And you could change it here. For example, instead of Meta, you want to look at Google. You could just say Google here. And look, now we got Meta and Google both. You could change here number of days here. For example, you want to look at maybe say 3 day worth here, or 5 day. You could say 5 days. And expiration here, you want to look at expiration filter. It's actually expiration filter, 5 day expiration filter. You can say 10 day. That's your 10 days to expiration, as you can see here. So you can play along with this here, and the moment you see green line going higher and red line going lower, that tells you it's a bullish sentiment here. And look, in case of Google, looks like premium Google price is going higher, as you can see here, and green line calls is going lower, puts is going higher. A little bit bearish sentiment in Google, whereas Meta is a little more bullish at this time. That's about the flow line here. You can get some good idea, and you could look at various of your stocks and make some sense out of it by looking at the green line and the red line and predict where the stock might go. All right, now let's look at a few more things here and wrap it up. Look, there is a profit here. You could click on artificial intelligence profit right now, and let it come. It takes a while because they're packing a lot of features. Typically first time it takes a little bit time to load, but once it loads the page, then you're golden. All right, so look, we got a profit chart here. It basically tells you the price action using the AI driven. It basically helps you to make some predictions here. Just by looking at this here, you can see here we got SDO, and we got here Moderna, and so on and so forth here. And you can see what's bullish, what's bearish. And most important thing is it tells you what the confidence level. For example, SDO here, it's the short Dow Jones. It's a bullish sentiment. The confidence level is 90%, and this is generated on 1028. That tells you can play along here. There's a good chance that Dow Jones Industrial Average the SDO can go higher. You could really play along here. It's at $28 right now, and you could put some money here, and you can also play along here. All this important thing is they will tell you what the confidence level. When the confidence level is high, you could play along. Always watch the chart before you place the trade, but their artificial intelligence will help you with this confidence level. And when the confidence level is above, say 80%, you could play along with those. They also tells you the the volume itself, relative volume, and call volume, put volume, open interest, a lot of good details. And you could also download this into comma separated file and do some more analysis. That's about the profit here. And then you could look at crypto line. We'll skip that one here. And my favorite thing is the bull's eye here. Bull's eye is for the day traders. If you're a day trader trading options, probably you should look at the bull's eye here. Instead of hunting for which stocks to trade options for, you could just look at this bull's eye. It tells you, hey, you know what, we got DraftKings here, and DraftKings can it can go higher. Confidence level is 75%, and you can buy call option 15 strike price here. Stock price at about $15, as you can see here. Expiration date, it's 11/4, which is next Friday, and there's a nice premium, as you can see here. So you could play along here. It tells you there is a high likelihood the DraftKings can go higher. You can also go buy the call option here. Similarly, we got a few more here. We got FXI, Chinese ETF, KWeb, again Chinese ETF. Sometimes I look at this here, I look at the chart. If it makes sense to me by looking at the chart, I will go along. One thing I will always say is really with these, because these are for us, great trading options, you got to be very careful here. Sometimes if you get to these signals a little bit late, probably opportunity has passed. Always look at the chart, because these are curated by looking at the chart, by looking at the exponential average, and these change pretty quickly. That's why I always look at the chart before placing the order. But it's a very good very good innovation these folks have done. They gave a quick chart for you. They told you what to buy or what to sell, what strike price, what the expiration, more importantly, what the premium. Currently, a lot of premium is in these levels here. That's why you can play along here, and most importantly, the confidence level by looking at the AI. So it's one of my favorite here. You could play along with it and go from there. And here also one more thing you can look at here. There is all these filters. If you just want to look at the high confidence, you could look at just high confidence here and click on it. You'll get only the high confidence ones here. You could trade along and go from there. All right, so let's go in here and look at a few more. And then you got a few more here. Obviously, there is a lot of data here. There is a scanny. This is your scanner. You could just, for the folks who want to scan the market, today, as of now, you might be using some of the scanning software. You could look at this here. My favorite is to look at things like chart pattern. You could look at, say bull wedge. You could look at ascending triangle. If you want to be on the buy some put options, you could look at descending triangle and so on. So right now, let's say here we want to look at descending triangle. You want to buy some put options. There you go. You got some descending triangle here, and you could change this here and say ascending triangle. You'll get some bullish names here. All right, so looks like there's no ascending triangle. Oh, we got both here. Let's just take this out. There you go. And you could look at various other things here. You could look at the moving average, technical indicators, and look, there is you could look at market cap, breakouts, and there's a lot of good filters here. You could play along these here. All right, so if you want to look at high volatility, low volatility, you could look at those also here. All right, let's look at a few more here. We are at Scanny, and you could look at Flash. As you look through the Flash here, let it just come through here. You could look at bullish scan. Look, these are the bullish. If you want to buy some call options, you could go with the bullish scans. If you want to sell some put option or buy some put options, you could go with the bearish scans. It also tells you the signal here, price momentum, breakout in case of F5-9 here, FIVE. I think it kind of tells you, bullish scans versus bearish scans. You could look at the chart here, and they also tells you the time frame here. If the time frame is lower, these are swing trading type opportunities here, and the time frame is a little higher, like 30 minutes. It could be a couple of days, and you can go from there. Always look at the charts. All right, so you could also change all these things here. There is a flag and pennant, engulfing candles. Look, there are a lot of things here. You can play around here and go from there. All right, so now let's look at OP Intra. This is a good one here. Look, it looks at options intraday scanner, and there's a call contract scanner. There is a put contract scanner. And you could kind of play along with it. Looks like SPY. There is a nice 5x net premium. That's a good signal here. You could play along here. Then Apple, there's a unusually large, large volume going on here. This on the bullish side here. On the bearish side here, you got something's going on here. You could play along here. Look, Amazon, there is a rapid flow here. Looks like folks are really buying some put option here. You could look at this. You get a good idea on what stocks and what expiration dates which are really hit hard. You could really look at these option chain here and play along with it. All right, now let's jump in here and look at a few more here. We'll probably skip the crypto scan for now here, and you could look at the portfolios. I'll skip those here for time purposes, and you could look at a few more here. There's politics. If you want to see how the politicians are trading, you could just click on politics here. There is Congress and so on and so forth here. Also individual dashboard, you could look at the hedges and see how the folks are really hedging these big market makers, and you could look at some stocks also and get some good idea. And then you got Peekaboo here. Peekaboo is also a good one here. It kind of tells you largest insider transactions. If you want to see, who bought, who are the, recent insider transactions happening here. We got PCG, nice 538 million here, and you can get some good idea, largest holdings, largest transactions, and so on and so forth here. And biggest insider sell, as you can see here, insider buy. Look, we got Biohaven, a lot of buys going on, so you get a good idea. Typically when the insider buys, that's a good idea. The stock can go higher, and you could play along with them also. Always do some research as usual. All right, that's about the Peekaboo here. There is a chatter. You could look at what's going on in the chatting world. If you are into, you can also look at trade tools like Gambit here. There's a put spread. There's a, you can play along here. It tells you there is a SPY debit spread here. Tells you the first leg, second leg, and how much you have to pay. You could play along with it if you want to really do some spreading strategies. It kind of curates you some spreading strategies. You can click on this if you want to just look at the covered call, or you want to look at cash secured put. You get some good idea here. Important thing is it tells you the probability here. When the probability is high, you could look at some of those areas and play along here. All right, so we are in right here. Let's keep going here. Yin Yang, this is for the folks who want to do pairs. If you want to really, in case here they're saying buy Mankind and sell Merck, you could do some these type of plays here, which is really pairs, and make some money. If the Mankind goes higher and Merck goes lower, you make some money with this pair trading here. All right, so now let's jump in here and look at backtester. If you want to backtest, you can look at the backtest here and do some backtesting your strategies. I have not gone into too much detail about the backtesting here, but looks like there's some facilities for backtesting here. You could select up to 10 tickers and a time frame and do the backtesting here. And there's some examples here, RSI less than 20 and so on and so forth. All right, so next is they got few more things. There's a Tradytics AI here, artificial intelligence, and look, there is a nice artificial intelligence widgets here, and you could look at right now we got Microsoft here. You can get some good ideas. There is a trade flow, 5 orders, bullseye. There's a nice confidence level. You could really trade these things here. Call 245 call option, 240 call option here. Nice confidence level, and then there's a bearish sentiment here on Microsoft here, and technology sector itself is bullish. You could look at this here. They also give you dark pool prints here at 236. There is a nice support level here, nice dark pool print, and dark pool sentiment is getting negative, as you can see here. And there's some good heat map, as you can see here, all from Microsoft. Of course, you could change this from Microsoft to Tesla just by typing Tesla. This is where the artificial intelligence, or the algo flow, as we say, shines through this platform here. Look, there's a nice you could do bullseye. You could really buy a put option here, and you could play along with this and go from there. I think they're trying to visualize and make some sense out of it. Look, right now calls are going higher. As you can see here, there's the blue line here, algo score, and then there's right here the stock price, algo score. Look, it's going higher. That tells you it's bullish. Tesla is bullish right now. All right, so let's jump in here and go in probably we're almost done here. They got few more things going on here, performance, watch list, and so on and so forth. Let's click on performance here. So it kind of tells you the biggest winners and biggest bullseye winners. You can also play along with it. Snap, of course, it has done well off late here. You could play along here and see what are the big winners, big bearish winners, and play along with it and go from there. We'll wrap it up here. If you are interested in this, I will put a link for this tool here. It's a very good tool. I say just try it out. There is a lot of free tools available. Maybe it's a little bit dated from a data perspective, but it'll give you an idea how to use the tool and get some idea about the tool itself. But if you're interested, I say start with the 15-day free 15-day trial by paying $15. And if you're interested, you could continue with it. And from a pricing perspective, it's about $69 per month, not too much, but a lot of great intelligence here, a lot of artificial intelligence, and a lot of the visual. They're really making it more visual by nice intuitive charts, and I think there is a good value proposition in this tool, especially if you're an options trader. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.